Can you briefly again tell us about the connection between Akashic Records, the chords, and what is it about Akasha Abhilekhyam have you done for us, which is what we are to look forward to as boosted Akashic Records?
So Akashic Records are a medium, or we in Indian mythology we have got Chitragut. In Western mythology they talk about Lord Metatron. So both are the same person. Akashic Records is a, now there is no books there. Let me break the bubble, because we logically want to see books, which is why you see we make you see books. So even today you'll see books. Don't worry on that. But these are basically information which is stored at a very high frequency by the masters, and you can tune into them when you go into a higher frequency. So that is Akashic Records for you, where there is a full, each person has a past, present and future, even animals. Let me again break this bubble, because a lot of people may or may not be aware of this, but even animals have their record, which I can share with examples for my own darling pet daughter, who had cheated death twice after the readings. So not getting too much into that, but so people, the past, present and future. Now, if I tell this, there will be a dangerous thought saying that future is already written, so why should I work towards it? It will come automatically to me. No, the future is always probable. The future can be changed by the choices which you make, which is why we say today, live life today and choose for a better tomorrow. Whatever your past may be as a mark of reference, but they cannot become your future for sure. So what you do today are the steps you take for a better future, which is where the Akasa Abhilekhyam, Akashic Records are also dynamic in nature. So whatever step, like for example, if I choose not to lose today and I win, so tomorrow will change. If I choose to lose, tomorrow will remain maybe in that loss. So it's something like, if I refuse to give up, it's like that someone mentioned that ant. So if let's look at that ant, it will carry maybe 50 times of the weight of its own and carry it somehow. It will relentlessly carry it. The weight will drop, it will pick up again and start tick, 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 tick. Poor thing will start trudging. Given, do your best and surrender the outcome to the Almighty. You are the creator and you are nothing. That is the attitude which you should work. That I purely feel, and I follow that in totality even today. So that is as far as the Akashic Records are concerned. The chord cutting is a very, very powerful process. I'm sure a lot of you all are experiencing the results of them. This goes to another dimension. I'll tell you why. Because if it is coming from a past life, some as long as maybe thousands of years, I have cleared even people who were like in 10 BCE sort of that time, so which is close to 3,000 years from today. So those chords will have a more, it's something like, let me share with you. God forbid, again, I'm just using as a reference. If you have started driving and if you bang the vehicle once, okay, second time, okay, third time, you start thinking, am I made for driving? The fourth and fifth time, if you do it, your brother or your spouse will say, "Chavi wapas do, just give me the keys." So you will give up driving completely altogether. So that way, in these 1,000 years, if that particular chord has become a very thick chord, let's say a very dark experience, which maybe has repeated 2-3 times in the time. So they become very thick chords. In short, what I'm trying to say with this explanation. So these chords can make life more difficult for you. That is where Akasa will take only one swipe of Archangel Michael's sword to cut the chords. With a single swipe, it's not that he'll keep cutting for 10 days. No, single swipe is it. Like they say, how do I give up smoking? It is merely a thought. So how will the thought come? Once your attachment with that smoking, let's say, is cut, or maybe with that particular thought where you don't want to bear a child is cut, or you don't want to have a relationship is cut, or you don't want to have a responsibility is cut, or you don't want to have a disease is cut. Let's say disease also we call for it. Oh, there is in your family you have got blood pressure, so you will also get. So yes, I invite, come, please give me blood pressure. So it's something like that. There are cases. My own uncle had diabetes. My other people had diabetes. We don't have diabetes. We remained away from that. So it's a case in question saying that there is nothing called genetic. There may be, but you can defeat them. So there is nothing which is forgiven. Everything can be changed for the better. So this is as far as the cord cutting process. I even clear, as I said, entities and spirits attachment from people and homes. So it's a very powerful one. And Lord Melchizedek is like Lord Shiva. So he's very pure, very, very pure and very powerful. So the darkest of energies cannot be released. Or rather, you need not be worried about, oh, that will affect me or something. No, nothing will happen to you. So, in fact, before I start the process of the demo, I'll even create sacred space so that we are in a better space around us. So this is as far as the chords are concerned. The chords can be, as I said, dark, bad chords, bad vibe chords, and the good chords. So it's not that we have only bad chords. We have good chords, which is why we have a lot of positive things also in life. Why we are talking about the bad is because that is what we want to eradicate. Love we will not eradicate, and we don't want you to eradicate also. Let it remain. In fact, multiply that. Amplify that love with this. So like if this negative is releasing, the love will increase, so it will amplify.
Yeah.
So we can, do we start?
Yeah, Deepak, before that, I want to tell everybody that Deepak will also share with us that his Akasa Abhilekhyam has 7 cleansing processes. And this you don't just experience in a session with Deepak. He has actually, as he shared earlier, put together a very, very powerful program for beginners as well as if you've already learned it. Deepak, quick question before you start the process.
Yeah.
And I also have one more thing to ask. So Dipti has asked, can the cords be cut for addictions without knowledge of the person whose cords are being cut?
Yeah, Dipti, it can be cut, but to be very frank, there are two things here. One is the past life addiction, past life attachment to that particular thought. And one is the free will of this person. So if you look at it, there will be a difference of about, this is again from my past experiences. I'm not saying off the record, or so intuitionally also what I'm getting is around 60% benefit that person will get. The 30 to 40% may be due to the free will. He may, but there have been cases where a person was completely onto drugs, although he did, after the reading, after the clearing, he did not give up drugs, but has reduced it substantially, and he was not working at all. Now he's working in a place, also making his own app on some music and all. He's in the USA. So that way difference is definitely there. So it's a chance. I would say 60%, 60 to 70%, you will see a change. 30 to 40%, he may stick to the addiction. If he is coming willingly, then 100% that person will clear the addiction.
Absolutely. Deepak, even 60% is a great number to begin with, and imagine where all the person can go from there. Deepak,